Hello and welcome to No Man's Land. I'm Shisho Shroom, and today we're gonna finally cut into the mountain, set up some villagers so that I can collect some books and tools, and set up a slime farm so I can finish building the villager trading center. Before we go into the mountain, the little area that I've dug out, I've actually dug out some more of it and started to set up the villager curing and trading system. So let's go into a short time lapse of what I've already done, and then I'll show you guys. Alright, you've seen me doing it, now let's see what I've done. I'm eventually going to make this entirely different. After designing a villager trading system that works exactly how I want it to, I'm gonna have to move this over a couple blocks, and it'll probably interfere with the villager breeding output, so I'll have to also move it down a few blocks. The babies from the villager breeder now come into this system where it sometimes separates the babies from the adults, doesn't always work. Then the adults will sit here and wait patiently for me to give them a minecart so that they can be turned into zombies. From this zombie here, I can cure up to 3 at a time and then push them off into their temporary home. And here we are, the hall of villagers who have cheaper trades. We've got tools, weapons, and all kinds of books. Now that we have villagers with books, tools, and weapons, we can go ahead and start making some farms. We can also finally cut out this mountain. And if you were here for my live stream, you'll see that I killed the dragon and that I got a wither loose into my end. It wasn't great, but after a great deal of effort, I did eventually kill the wither. So I'll have enough for a single beacon, which will really help clear out this mountain, as well as dig up a slime farm. I also think it's time to clear out the rest of this side of the mountain, all this little dirt that's taken up space, finish detailing the exterior of the mountain. Let's get started by preparing some tools. Alright, so the first thing that we're gonna need for the tools is actually just gonna be some emeralds. So let's go ahead and trade some iron and try and get some emeralds. Now that we got a handful of emeralds, let's get what's important first. So a sword, an axe, a shovel, and a pickaxe. Next, we're gonna need some books. To get those books, I'm gonna trade some iron for a handful more emeralds, trade those emeralds for some bookshelves, and break down those bookshelves with an axe so that I can get some books. We got a couple more emeralds now and a few books. The axe is already perfect, so we only need to upgrade the shovel, the pickaxe, and the sword. I also want to get a mending and an unbreaking for the elytra. So I need 3 unbreaking, 4 mending, 2 efficiency 5, 1 silk touch, and 1 looting 3. I'm also gonna get a fortune 3 and another set of mending, breaking, and efficiency 5 so that I can get another pickaxe. In order to combine all of these books into the tools that I need, I'm gonna need to go to the nether, stand in the gold farm, and collect quite a bit of experience. So let's watch a short time lapse of that and we'll get right back to these enchantments. And just like that, we've got a sword that's almost perfect. I'll need to get a few more villagers set up with a few more book types so that I can get this all the way taken care of. But it does have looting, mending, and unbreaking, which are the 3 necessities in my opinion. So the sword's pretty good. The pickaxe is perfect. It's got fortune, unbreaking, mending, and efficiency 5. The other one has efficiency 5, unbreaking, mending, and silk touch. This will be the one that I usually take for mining endeavors. This will be the one that I use after I've collected a ton of ores and I want to break them down to get some more valuable resources. I got a shovel and an axe that is also perfect. The shovel is a little bit less than perfect. I am probably going to give it silk touch at some point in the future, but for now this is really all I need out of my shovel, so it'll work. Now that I have the tools and an elytra, I'm lacking rockets. So the next thing I'm going to do, I think, is actually going to be a gunpowder farm. I think that trumps priority over a slime farm at the moment, because then I'll be able to fly around, look at things a little bit easier, get places a little bit faster, and I think that'll make a big difference. So I do need a handful more resources in order to build the gunpowder farm. So let's do a quick time lapse of cutting out this mountain, excavating it a little, hollowing it out, and getting the resources that we need to build the gunpowder farm. I also am gonna try and gather up a couple of sheep during this time lapse so that I can get some carpet. I do need some carpet. Before we cut into that mountain, I got everything I need to get a beacon set up. So let's throw down a beacon and get into this mountain. So, 2 layers of digging out the interior of the mountain took my pickaxe for everything it was worth. And we've got about 48 more layers to go. So, this is gonna take a very long time. However, we do have the resources that we need to get the gunpowder farm done, and that will allow us to fly around, get places a little bit easier, as well as go find some netherite from the nether. So, now that we got what we need, let's go take care of the gunpowder. So for the gunpowder farm, I'm gonna need some wool, and I did not find a sheep in the mountain. So I'm gonna go down to the spider farm and I'm gonna kill a couple spiders to get a little bit of string so that I can turn it into wool and then some carpet, and then I'll have everything I need for the gunpowder. I'm gonna build the gunpowder farm on that mountain over there, so that way there aren't 2 giant buildings right next to each other. And I will eventually actually make the iron farm a mountain as well as a building, so it doesn't just look like a giant spotty mess. I also want to bring the gunpowder farm up a little bit so that it doesn't interfere with the spider farm. Alright, so I decided not to record the time lapse of building the gunpowder farm because I forgot to hit record. But we have a farm now, and all the gunpowder we would ever need. We are going to need a sugarcane farm to go along with the gunpowder farm, so that way we have enough rockets, as well as paper to trade to the villagers. But for now, things are going very well. That's going to sum up this episode in a nutshell. I know we didn't get to the slime farm, and I know we didn't get to the detail work on the exterior of the mountain. However, I still think that we've made a lot of progress, and we should be happy about that. I do, really quickly, before I log off, find the thing. Everything's different now. I don't like it. Oh yeah, it's these two. Is fly around and take a look at this place from the sky. It feels good to finally be flying. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode, and I hope to see you again next time. If you liked this video, like it. Let me know that you liked it. Thanks for stopping by.